everybody. So we are going to answer some questions about in-person training today. It's been a little bit of time since we put up a video, so this one we've heard quite a bit and we're going to answer it for you. So the question is, why do we coach in person or live in a virtual setting rather than pre-recorded so that you could just jump on and watch it at any time? So we teach collaboration and tactics in your business that require you to have thoughts, reactions, interface with others. And that's hard for a lot of people to do. Some people don't have great self-awareness. And in fact, we screen for that in our behavior screenings. So for people who are trying to hire employees that have good self-awareness, or for employees that are already a part of your organization and you're trying to get a better handle on what you do know and maybe don't so much know about your employees, self-awareness is one of the behaviors that we give you a result on. If you are one of the people who just said, oh, I love working with other people, that's not something that I need to be worried about. That shouldn't be important about working with oxygen. That's not something I need to focus on. But are cringing internally because you'd rather curl up in a ball rather than role play or get up in front of a group of people and talk. That's exactly the environment that we provide. We provide a safe environment for you to be able to kind of get out there and exercise it. A lot of people say that they're comfortable with that, and actually they're not. Another whole group of people say they're ready, they're in it, and they actually need a lot of practice. It's a practice makes progress situation more than anything. Another reason why we do training in person or virtually in a live environment is a lot of people have a lot of half-baked ideas, and that kind of sounds, it feels a little icky, but they need other people's points of view to help broaden their horizons and give them experiences so that they can finish baking their ideas. We talk a lot about the triangle to make a unique person, and people's experiences are one of the most important things about that triangle. Interacting with other people, whether it be your teammates in a different fashion or other teammates, depending on which training you're a part of, is exactly one of those experiences. So it's really important that we keep that type and that style of training. Some people have a real fear of retribution from past experiences. So this is really a good one. For those of you who actually are a decision maker in your organization, not someone who is coming to our training because you were told to. Fear of retribution is a tough one to swallow. It kind of sounds abrasive, and a lot of people don't consider it when it comes to their team, whether it be a past experience of having spoken out and maybe got some backlash, so they're a little leery of speaking out, or your current culture has created an environment to no fault of your own, but we've all been through a lot over the last almost 2 years. Sharing an experience or sharing a thought may have kind of created a rough time. So sharing in a live environment where you have an actual facilitator who is trained to take on that type of confrontation or that type of sharing is really important and helps reduce the fear of retribution, whether it be from your current organization or from a previous one. Another really important thing to keep in mind, and I think we all know this kind of in the back of our minds, but we forget so easily. Everyone has something to teach another person, and everyone has something that we can learn from another person. We are a community of learners. Especially if you're watching this video, you already have an innate desire to learn something, and so the best way to do that is to stick us all in a room together and see what we can get. Even the trainers and facilitators here at Oxygen get so much from the rooms that we facilitate in, and we get a lot of feedback that the collaboration within a room, whether we be in a workshop or even internally in a company that's all people that get to see each other every day, we get a lot out of it because of the sharing that goes on. We teach behavior and tactics that are kind of uncomfortable depending on what kind of experiences you have or whether you've been through training in a similar situation. And it's safer and easier to try them among people who are learning alongside you. Before you go practice them within your world, some of what we do, we suggest you practice on your family, your spouse, your kiddos, your parents, before you go out and try them in the business world. We even have you try them in your safe learning space first. We aren't asking you to memorize French vocabulary for your test on Friday. We're also not asking you to memorize the periodic table before Chem Lab next week. This is a continuous practice and it takes some time. It's why most of us stink at the stuff we teach because it's hard to dedicate time to something else. We're teaching you to use these tactics alongside what we're already doing in business and how to mesh the two rather than making it something else you have to do. So you don't have to memorize the vocabulary. You don't have a periodic table to work on. We're going to teach you how to integrate this in your already busy lives. The other piece that we tend to get some feedback on is we teach the group that shows up. You will see many of the workshops and the curriculum that we work on have an agenda. Each person who attends training with us, they show up with preconceived notions. They want to know what we're talking about. Sometimes they already have a sense of what they can contribute, even though it's just maybe like a snippet or a small piece to what we're going to be talking about. Maybe they even have some fears about, oh gosh, Kat's going to put me on the spot about this. And it's the one thing I don't want to talk about, right? It's like sitting in class as a small child going, oh, please don't call on me for this one. And that's what we're thinking about. But we wrap the curriculum each time we get a group of people together around our attendees for the day. We hit the important parts and we make sure that it pertains exactly to what we said the workshop or class was going to be about, and you get all that great content, but we make it relevant to those in attendance, not some pre-scripted crap that you go home and go, God, remind me to never take that class from Kat again. So we make sure that we got the curriculum and agenda that's gonna sit well with the people, and then we let the conversation go because I have fantastic facilitators that work with me. So it's only an option to have classes like that if we do them live. We'd never be able to do that in a pre-scripted or pre-recorded environment. There is a place and a time for pre-recorded training and lessons. In fact, we will be releasing here at Oxygen one of our first ones towards the end of 2021, and I'm super excited to be getting it out there. But the majority of the content at Oxygen Coaching Group, we know we can guarantee the most value for our content, our clients, or soon to be clients if you're watching our video and you don't currently do business with us, is to deliver it in an in-person or virtual live training so that you can have that ongoing reinforcement in a manner that meets you where you're at. You can ask questions, you can interact with the people that have joined us that day or through that series of classes that you've signed up for. And we try to do what we know gets you the most value. So I hope this helps. If you have any classes that you would like to see us add to our calendar or our curriculum, whether that be in person, or like I said, we do have a pre-recorded training coming out towards the end of the year. No teasers quite yet, even if you watch to the end. Please feel free to let us know. You can hit us up on social, or you can email us. All the ways to get a hold of us at Kat Fry and the Oxygen Coaching Team, oxygencoachinggroup.com, or the hashtag Breathe Life In. So I hope you take just a little bit of time to breathe life in, and we'll see everybody soon. Have a great day.